My name's David Rodwin, and this is the life. So tonight, the Jewish holiday of Purim begins. And for those of you who don't know what Purim is all about, I am here to tell you. It is the Jewish carnival.
That is hysterical.
Because once again we were saved, we are commanded to celebrate, and not just celebrate, not just to drink, but to get so drunk that we don't know the difference between the good guy or the bad guy. We literally don't remember which is Haman and which is Mordechai.
Well, my makeup took a lot longer than I planned on, so I'm gonna have to rush the last of this. Shot number 4, yes, that's right, Kiss, that's what I'm going as. You'll see the rest of it very soon.
And seriously, you think of Carnival as being a big holiday with costumes and craziness and drunkenness and lewdness? Purim did it first. So here's the... So my rabbi says that we should come up with alter egos for Purim. Now, over the years in America, Purim has become some sort of kids' holiday, sort of like a religious Halloween.
I get number 5 for the collar. That's right. Ooh, I call this a choker for a reason.
Here, I'll tell you the entire story in case you don't know it. It's about, basically, once again, a big king decided he was going to kill all the Jews, but the Jews were saved, and then we all celebrate.
Never done this looking into a camera before. In fact, I don't know the last time I put on lipstick. Am I beautiful? Nyahahaha.
When I was a kid, this is all I knew about Purim. You went to temple and you heard them read the whole damn thing, and every time they mentioned the bad guy's name, whose name is Haman, you stomp your feet and you run your grogger around in circles. It's a noisemaker. It's really, really loud because you're trying to stamp out his name. And he was like an early Hitler. Basically, he was the prime minister of Persia at the time, and it was when Persia was at its height. From India to Ethiopia, and in the capital, Shushan, the prime minister, Haman, went to the king, Ahasuerus, and told him, hey, the Jews, terrible people, you should kill them all. And the king was a lush and not very good at governing, so he just went along with whatever Haman told him, and he sent out a decree that, yes, all the Jews are going to get killed.
I should have done the lipstick last because now I need to still have another drink, or 2, or 3. This is number 5?
Before this, the king has this huge party, and he tells his wife Vashti to come out and dance for all the people there. Now, I think there's an insinuation that she's supposed to get naked, and she was like, that is totally inappropriate, I am not coming. And the king said, fine, off with her head, and he killed her. Now the king had to get a new wife, and he starts going all around. He's doing an American Idol for his wife, essentially, and he auditions every single potential prospect. They come to his castle, and every morning he's like, yeah, not that one. Finally, he finds one that's amazing. Her name is Esther, and Esther does not tell him that she's Jewish. Now, the decree against Jews hasn't come out yet. That would come out later when one of Esther's cousins, Mordechai, insults Haman. And when Haman finds out that he's a Jew, he's like, fuck it, all Jews are gonna die. And the moment that I find most moving in the book of Esther is when Esther fasts. Not only does she fast, but the entirety of Israel fasts. And it's a way to focus their thoughts and their prayers on finding a way to salvation. Because of that, there's the fast of Esther 2 days before Purim, where when we get to Purim, it's supposed to be a celebration, like, oh my God, we've been denying ourselves, and now, oh God, it's so wonderful to celebrate and eat food. It's kind of the reverse of Fat Tuesday in Lent. And here we are in Shushan, and Esther is fasting and hoping that God will come down, and instead, God does not come down. And I was talking with my Rabbi Joshua this morning, and he was saying it's a very interesting thing. The Bible starts out with God being intimately involved with humankind, where God is actually wandering around Eden looking for Adam and Eve. And by the time we get to the book of Esther, there has been a slow process where God becomes less and less directly involved with his people, or any people for that matter. To the point when you finally get to the book of Esther, God just doesn't show up.
And now, the piece de resistance, the thing that will make me as Gene Simmons as I can be. Ah! How do I look?
Now, the end of the story is that Esther finally comes up to the king and says, King, you know, you probably don't want to kill all the Jews because that means that you're going to have to kill me too, because, sorry I forgot to tell you this, but I'm Jewish. And the king's like, that's terrible. I don't want to kill you or all your people.
Number 6 for the wig. Here we go.
Haman totally did me over on this one. He should be punished. And then Esther says, not just punished, you should kill him. And not just him, but all of his family, even all of his children, because if you don't, they will come back for revenge later. Even if they're innocent now, you still have to hang them all. And they do. You think now we're at the end, but the Persian Empire is so enormous at this point, the king says, my messengers have gone out, it's too late, I can't rescind the decree, but I will allow the Jews to fight. That's right, this is the miracle of Purim.
This is shot number 7? I can't remember anymore.
For some reason, at the time in Persia, I guess Jews were not allowed to defend themselves. They were actually forbidden from holding arms. So somehow the Jews arm themselves, and not only do they arm themselves, but though they've never used arms before since they've been forbidden to do so, they suddenly rout the enemy in cities all across the empire. Maybe this is the miracle, that they knew how to wield a sword and they killed all of their enemies. And in that way, the Jews' lives were spared. But it's not like God came down and said, boom, the Jews are safe. Jews become inspired to defend themselves. And I'll admit, I have a lot of trouble with this. This is the last book of the Bible. This is, this is the end, and we end on horrifying bloodshed. And that God couldn't come down and find a way to make peace without that. Now, maybe it's a very practical and realistic way of looking at the world, but I still find it troublesome. And the good news for tonight is that my new apartment is so close to my temple, about a 20-minute walk away, that I can go there, drink all I like, and stumble home sometime very late this evening. So I am planning to get stupid drunk tonight. So stupid drunk I can't tell the good guy from the bad guy in the story anymore. My name's David Rodwin, and this is the life. And oh hey, one for the Lost Tribe, because In Search Of, back in the 70s, did you guys watch that? The one about the Lost Tribe? They're probably aliens. Jews are probably aliens. We're crazy. Just look at us. Look at us.